So, Igor and I have been discussing about testimonies and different stories. And I was sharing that Igor gets more people saved on a weekend than I do in a few years. I feel like I'm one of those patient fishermen that just throws it out there, just teases it. Igor just goes in there with the net and starts scooping
No, but at the
out.
same time, guys, something you guys don't know is that when I just started going to Paul's prayer groups and Bible studies, just started getting into walking with God.
Oh, hell
You
no.
know,
Hell no, it's hailing.
when I just started walking with God, I never could see myself ever reaching out to somebody and sharing about Jesus. I couldn't see it. I didn't know where to begin, how to start preaching, or any of that. And Paul would always tell me, Igor, you're called to be an evangelist. Igor, we can put you anywhere in this world, and you would just get the whole tribe saved, the whole city saved. He just kept speaking into my life. And like I said, I could never see myself, ever. I didn't even know where to begin. Pray for somebody to get healed? Are you kidding me? I'm going to look like a complete idiot. and lo and behold, God did something in my life, and
He believed in you.
he believed in me, and now it's just so fun. It's just so fun to go out there and just love on folks and see the fruit, the result of
You're natural.
walking with Jesus.
You're
I
natural.
never could see that.
I
never
know, but I
see
could.
that.
Because Igor,
Paul
man,
somehow saw something in me that I did not.
yeah, it was just crazy to see Igor, like, even like a few weeks into it, or I don't know, even a few months,
Yeah.
you were like, hey, I got this Mormon saved. Hey, I got this Jehovah's Witness saved.
Yep.
Hey, I was at the pool and I got my other buddy saved.
The
And I'm like,
manager healed. He couldn't
I'm
move
like,
his wrist past
how are you
that
doing
right
this?
There. He got
you
healed.
know, even though I know how, because Igor showed up and hanging out with us, and he got healed, and he had a
Yeah.
busted tendons or something.
Yeah, torn ligaments, couldn't walk for a month. The day I tried to walk on it, I fell down to the ground. There's nothing there.
Yeah, and then he get wrecked. God heals him, and he's like, "Oh, cool, God's a healer." And I think the way you get saved and the way you get touched by God is the way you want to live.
Yes.
'Cause
If
say,
I
like-
see it, I begin to believe that it's possible.
Yeah.
It's out there. I'm gonna walk like that right there,
Yeah.
like Christ.
Yeah, and you did, man. And that's the cool part, that with life, it's not as complicated as everyone seems. I think you just got to take a few shots and start swinging.
Yeah.
Because what
yeah.
if you never tried? Then you'd never know.
I've known guys
Yeah.
that have prayed 10-hour days, and I was praying right there next to them. 10-hour days, every day, seeking God like crazy, and never once pray for somebody. Maybe once or twice or whatever, but literally, guys, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to express is they spent years seeking God, and they never stepped out in faith and started praying for people at work, at the store, whatever kind of situation, family, never. And now they're bitter, and they just say, well, you just have this special anointing, Igor. No. To him that believeth, he shall lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. I mean, the only reason why I saw things happen was because I actually stepped out, went to Walmart, started praying for a lady. She starts bawling, receives Jesus. This happened, that happened, because I decided I'm going to pray. I'm going to go out there and do it. So, just go out there and do it.
I saw on Facebook you had
You don't have to wait 10 years and then get pissed off at God.
You had this poster, and it said "free hugs," and you're like eating a
Yeah.
bagel.
Yeah,
And then-
I had a Santa hat on right before Christmas.
And you're holding a sign, giving free hugs at Walmart, and
Yeah,
people are coming up. And then you said, like, that day 17 people came to the Lord and got healed and all that, or
What was
something.
your inspiration for that?
All the time I've spent with Jesus, and I'm just like, I can't just keep sitting here with everybody else and not do a single thing. I'm hungry. I'm going to go out and let me see. Oh, it's the holidays. It's Christmas. It's about to be Christmas. There's a Christmas hat. Okay. And I think maybe even watching some YouTube videos on like Todd White or
Yeah.
a few other guys out there. And I'm just like, I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to,
Yeah. Igor even went to Bible college. He's like, hey, they want me to go to Norval Hayes Bible College. And I'm like, to teach? You better not go there to sit around because it's boring to sit.
Yeah,
and Igor's
yeah.
like, well,
they give you an
yeah,
opportunity to become one of their disciples and
Yeah.
disciple kids and
Yeah.
young people. How to disciple.
yeah.
take
You
them
were
on the
you were out
streets
there going outreaching all the time, loving
Yep.
people, helping,
Yep.
going to the rough neighborhoods. And that's crazy, man. You know, a lot of times it's like sometimes we think we need more Bible college, we need more knowledge, but half the times you just need some guts to try.
Exactly. And what people don't realize is, well, I'm nervous around people. Well, I get shaky around people. You guys are looking at the most nervous guy in the world. I mean, I couldn't stand in front of a crowd without shaking. I remember my sophomore year. No, my senior year. And this is already when I've been plugged in with Paul and praying and seeking God. In English class we had a slam poetry course, and so. I'm like, Lord, what should I do for slam poetry? We all had to get up in front of the class and do it, and then we all had to get in front of we went to this public library, and there was a big gathering, and we just did our slam poetry to the community, and mine went like this, and I was shaking the whole time. Let me show you some more. Everybody that went up and did their poetry, slam poetry. People gave them claps. There was witches, there was lesbians, gays, all atheists, all kinds of different people in the class. Maybe one Christian, one or two Christians in my class. I grew up in Portland, Oregon, Portland Public Schools, And when I went up there and said my poetry, the whole class, everybody stood up and applauded me. I was so shocked. I was shaking. And this is how it went. Chilling in the hood with the grill, it's all good. Doing what you can do, all that you attend to. Just don't know the fact that Jesus died to fact that. So why do all these things that make you have to break mess with that? Life just ain't easy. No one said it'll be though. The only way out of it is to confess to Jesus. I don't say this to harm you, but brother, you be ready. Drugs is not the way in life. Violence ain't the key. All of it's destruction, so you better watch your back, G. And I'm telling you, everybody, I don't care who you were. I've even had people in that class that said, I wish this world had no Christians.
Wow.
I wish this world had no Christians. And when I said that out of my heart, shaking, I didn't care. I just said it. Anyways, every one of them stood up and said, people were walking by me after class saying, dude, that was awesome. The guys with the dreads, the potheads, the gangsters, everybody, the whatever.
Yeah.
They were like, that was cool, man.
Yeah.
In that year, senior year,
Yeah.
I got elected as the friendliest guy in school. Like 1,500, 2,000 people at my school. Is because God began to do a work in my heart through the Bible studies and prayer groups I started going to at Paul's house. 3 times a week. And I just gave myself over to Jesus. And I said, Lord, I've always saw myself as a dumb person that couldn't really do anything in life. And he started showing me my identity, And, man, I just started loving people that I never loved before, And God can do that with anybody. It's amazing. I'm a testimony, living testimony. Like Dave would say, if God can use me, he can use anybody. That's my testimony, folks.
Yeah.
Spend time with God. You'll
Yeah.
see.
It's crazy because, like I said, you might not be like Igor. You might be different. Your mindset might be a little, skewed. Or maybe you are like him and you're just like, man, I'm always nervous. But you don't have to stay that way.
No, you don't have to.
Yeah, because you can change. I get nervous too, but I learned to feed off of that nervousness. It's like, so I get nervous, so I learn to kind of, I get excited. To me, it's like, it's not nervous energy, it's excitement.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I get the jitters. Oh, like, oh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
And it's like, or you
flip
can
the
say, oh,
script.
I'm getting this jitters. I'm nervous. I shouldn't say anything. But you see, when you overcame that and you stepped out, that's part of Christianity, part of life, is you got to face your fears. You got to step out. You got to try. And even if you do fall flat on your face, you're going to get up. You're going to try it again. And you learn to overcome it. And you realize, man, there's nothing to be afraid of.
There is not.
You know?
There isn't.
Yeah. And then you, like, if you were to get in front of your school and say something, would you get nervous now?
No.
Oh, why?
I can get in front of a crowd and
Yeah.
not really be nervous. You know what I mean? Just flow. Something happened. Something switched over to where now I can talk to anybody. You point somebody at me, I'll go talk to them, and I just feel peace.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Yeah, and they're nervous because they're getting wrecked by the presence of God.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you start to cross over that line, but it doesn't take, but initially you just have to keep stepping out, and then eventually you realize we're all humans. Every one of us was born wanting to be loved, and all you're doing is sharing the love of Jesus with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how do you share the love of Jesus if you ain't praying for healing? Do you
Okay.
Because you don't always pray for every single person, do you? For healing, for example.
Well, it's crazy, but oftentimes I'll even met some chick at the gas station, recently. I in the morning I just getting my stuff, and she just starts talking. I'm like, "How you doing?" She's like, "Not so well." I'm like, "Well, hey, we all have those kind of days, And she's like, "Well, no, I mean, I've been puking, and puking blood. I got ulcers, and I'm just not doing well at all." And I'm like, "Well, you know what? I'm gonna pray for you right now." And I began to pray for her, and there was a little bit of a line, no big deal. God cares about her, and I began to pray for her, and I just said, "Lord, right now, whatever's causing those ulcers, I know what it is. It's stress. I bind stress that it's in her right now in Jesus' mighty name, and command it to loose off of her." And I just started just thanking God, Lord God. I just pray that she had the most peaceful day today, this week, this month, and so on, Lord, that she sees you for who you are, Jesus, and just give her all the peace in the world, hallelujah, and healing in her stomach. That's what she needs, Lord, hallelujah. Thank you for giving it to her. And she's like, "Thanks, man." And then I can tell the people back in line, they're not like, "Hey, man, hurry up, man, you religious freak reading a script." They were just like, "Hey, that's cool, man, yeah." Hey, everybody's just like, "Hey, have a good one, just good vibes coming out of your heart." You know what I mean? So oftentimes, Paul, the answer to that is I do pray for people. You know what I mean? Whether I say, "Okay, go to the bathroom and go like this, see if you puke blood this time." No, but you just know that God did something to them.
But you don't always attack people the first day. Say you got started a new job.
Exactly. Okay.
You don't walk up to everybody and be like, "Let me pray for you. Let me pray for you."
Exactly. And so, okay.
You kind of feel it out, right?
You do. But check this out. When you look at Jesus' lifestyle, did Jesus just go out and just start praying for people, or were people just attracted to him because he was just such a cool guy? You know what I mean? Really, I mean, he had such a good heart. Probably even just soft-spoken, you know what I mean? People felt comfortable around him. If people feel comfortable around somebody, they want to be around somebody. Children loved him, very gentle-hearted, you know what I mean? Not against the religious Pharisees, he exposed those guys, but I'm talking the people, And so whenever we have that, and we're just, loving on folks, we care. A lot of times what people want is for you to care. You care for them, you know what I mean? And you want the best for them. And you support them. So you don't even have to say Jesus. But then you'll notice, through that love, any kind of barricades or walls that person has set up just from past hurts and stuff is broken down. And then over time, you're able to reach out to them and share the gospel. That, or you sow a seed, that peace of God does come in and does something to them, which opens up a door for somebody else that you don't know, you've never met, that has Christ, to be able to share Christ with them. Because that peace that we give to people, transfer to people, we don't have to tell them about Jesus. You know what I mean? But we shine that light to them, and which breaks down those walls, which allows another situation to happen, and then boom, that person gets saved. Because I have met people, Paul, where I'm just like trying to pour into their lives and just hang out, pour Jesus, not necessarily say Jesus, but outside of seeing them, pray for them. Next thing you know, I'll see them again and they're saved. How? It's because we don't have to say anything.
Well, how do you deal with rejection when they say, "No, I don't need you to pray for me"? Well, hey, can I tell you about Jesus? No, leave me alone. How do you deal? Most people are nervous because
they're afraid of that.
Yeah, they're afraid.
And guys, you know what? You just have to get over the hump, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it is gonna happen. I've had guys freak out on me. People freak out on me. You know what I mean? And that's totally okay. That's totally okay. So you walk away and you just thank Jesus. Hallelujah, glory be to you, God. And all those emotional feelings of, well, what the heck, go away. And then you begin to really just have compassion over that person, like how broke the person's very broke. So then you just pray, Lord, I just pray that he finds you, she finds you some other way, Lord. But
at least your heart was open.
Just bless them, Lord. Bless your enemies. Bless da 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 da. Yeah.
But your heart was open to share. See, that's the best thing, because my heart's sometimes so big to share with people, but I'm like, I also don't want to be a burden, like everyone you meet. Because if I hang out with some evangelist friends, like as soon as the waiter walks up, "Do you know Jesus loves you?" Another waiter walks up, "Do you know Jesus loves you?" And I'm thinking, man, I know that's their calling, but sometimes it can get so tedious or annoying. Yeah. Do you always feel out every situation? It feels different. You don't always preach to every waitress that you see, right?
Exactly. And see, the thing is, let me just get this across, is that I'm not against that, because it's kind of like this, guys. This is something that I've realized, and I agree with you, Paul, but this is something that I've realized. Now check this out. I've noticed that there's a movement of people saying, that's annoying. To read scripts is annoying. To just, hey, do you know Jesus? 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 Is annoying. It is. For me, I feel like it is. But here's the deal. Let's say you're a big football fan. The Buccaneers in Florida that won the Super Bowl last year. I've actually played football with the Dominican Sue, one of their star players in high school. Anyways, you're a big football fan, Buccaneers. You wear the jersey, loud and proud, at work, at the store, anywhere. You're just like, Buccaneers, baby! Woo! Guess what? Nobody's really going to give you crap about that. Maybe a few people that are like, dude, nah, man, we're all about da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, yeah, well, whatever, man. You know what I mean? I feel like you can be proud about Jesus like that, too.
Yeah.
You can be. So go for it. Go for it. If that's what you want to do,
wear the
for
shirts.
It. I condone it.
Put on the bumper stickers.
No, but in a sense of just going out there and just trying, go for it, because people will still be touched. You might piss off a little bit more people than the gentle approach, of just flowing and whatnot. But you know what? It's a warfare out there, and we really care about the souls, and that's what it's all about. So go and do that. But there's different approaches.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Find where your approach.
Yeah, find where you're at.
Do.
Yeah.
And do it. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, have fun.